Oh, well, it has been a few days. It's so hot, smoky. Here in California, it just takes all the energy right out of you. But we've on this channel have talked so many times about how politics is all about the environmental movement. In fact, probably 80% of the movement itself is about politics. Let me go over and show you what I mean over on the board. So here in the U.S., under the Orange Man administration, there's a proposal for the EPA to allow asbestos to be brought back into the U.S. Unfortunately, this asbestos issue has been around for several years. Asbestos still kills 15,000 USans every year, but yet the EPA here in the U.S. is going to bring back asbestos. So the EPA is going to allow asbestos-filled products, child's toys, binders, whatever needs to have asbestos in it is going to be brought back. Another asbestos exposure is the use of talcum powder. Any kind of talc is mined along with asbestos, and it's hard to separate them out, so they just keep them together. That's why the lawsuit against Johnson & Johnson is about their talcum powder, which is really about the asbestos pollution. What are some of the problems that you get with asbestos? Well, of course, it's linked to cancer, lung cancer especially. Here's some of the things that you can get, like asbestos. So the Orange administration is going to start to release some of these dangerous chemicals into the public again. There are over 10 that are going to be under re-evaluation. These are severely toxic chemicals and cause severe cancers. But why is the Orange administration so into this? Well, it just so happens that the leader of the U.S., Russia, produces the most asbestos out of all the countries on the planet Earth. Politics is in everything. All around the world, we're seeing heat waves in the northern hemisphere. It's summertime in the north, winter in the south. We're hardly seeing any winter at all in the south, really. Let's go over to the board and see what's happening with this horrible world heat wave. Only the beginning. So let's just take examples. How about South Korea, where they've had 42 deaths from their heat wave over there. Their heat wave so far is a record breaker, 39.6 C or 103.28 Fahrenheit. There are 3,400 people being treated for heat-related illnesses in South Korea. So far, the world drought has cost us in 2018 $944 million in the farming industry alone. Australia is in a record-breaking drought. That's hard to believe. All of New South Wales is now entirely in drought. That's where most of the population of Australia resides. And here in California, we've had the biggest wildfire season in history. Hard to believe, since just the last biggest wildfire season in history was last year. Here in the Bay Area, we suffered terribly. This year, not so bad. Some smoke, but at least it's not overheating. We've had fog all summer. We're not complaining one bit. So Europe is also having a heat wave, and up by Switzerland, they're having problems with fish dying in the rivers from the rivers being too warm. We're seeing worldwide destruction from the ongoing climate change, yet the world leaders are just out on the golf course, partying it up, and nobody seems to be too concerned where it comes to leadership, especially here in the U.S. We need to quickly plant as many trees all over the world as we can, move our agriculture indoor, and start to dome our cities. That's just the bare minimum. We should be doing a lot more. But something tells me it's going to take even more than this to get the leaders to actually act as we quickly approach 2C above pre-industrial level. Remember, the highest temperature change from one extreme to the other here on planet Earth, the entire history, has been no more than 10 degrees from the highest to the lowest temperatures in history. Are we about to break that record too? I appreciate all the ups and the downs and the new subscribers and all the wonderful comments. Been super busy. That busyness hasn't stopped. And until next time.